during last week's debate, to break the link to Bush,
it's not Senator Obama's proposal, it's not President Bush's proposal.
Are coming up short.
George Bush's approval rating and the direction of the nation are death knells for John McCain.
A new poll shows just 7% think the country is headed in the right direction. 61% of voters consider the Arizona senator more of the same.
Everybody that knows Senator McCain and knows the history knows that he actually ran against President Bush. I mean, he's about as minimally connected to this president as anybody in the Republican Party. But he's got the R after his name.
We can't afford another president who's this out of touch.
Change is the central pillar of Senator Obama's campaign. He's cast the president as McCain's running mate.
I believe this is a final verdict on the failed economic policies of the last 8 years, strongly promoted by President Bush and supported by Senator McCain.
The map is just shifting in Obama's direction. Really, it's shifting away from Bush. And that's
what's significant, say political analysts, is that in key battleground states, Obama is gaining a large majority of voters who are dissatisfied with the president, even conservatives. And a lot of the red on the electoral map could turn blue. Obama is tied or ahead of McCain in 10 states Mr. Bush won 4 years ago.
Almost always when an outgoing president has been as unpopular as Bush is today, his party has lost the election to succeed him.
Of course, none of this is lost on the McCain team. Senior advisors concede the challenge, but also argue that in an economy in crisis, it provides new opportunity to break the link with Bush. More importantly, they say they must raise doubts about Obama's judgment, Brian, if they're going to turn the race around at this point.
Third and final chance tonight. David Gregory among those watching along with us. Thanks. Two big names in the news today, beginning with the Vice President. Dick Cheney was hospitalized briefly in Washington today to treat an abnormal heart rhythm, atrial fibrillation. The 67-year-old Vice President has a history of heart trouble, including 4 prior heart attacks. After complaining of symptoms, Cheney underwent a 2-hour procedure, was then sent home to rest. His spokeswoman says everything is now back to normal. Nancy Reagan's in the hospital. She fell in the middle of the night last week, suffered pain for a few days before telling a doctor about it. It turns out Mrs. Reagan, who is seen here last month, broke her pelvis, but doctors say rest and physical therapy should lead to a full recovery. The former First Lady is 87 years old. We, of course, wish her a speedy recovery. Some good news tonight from California's San Fernando Valley. Those ferocious Santa Ana winds that have been whipping up the huge wildfires in recent days finally calmed down today. That gives firefighters a chance to do what you see here, gain some ground on the fire. Most residents were allowed back to their homes, but the biggest of the fires near the town of Porter Ranch is still only 20% contained. When our broadcast continues this Wednesday night, a new study could hold some long-awaited answers on how to help paralysis patients. And later, what it is about the song Staying Alive that may actually save lives.
Are you like me? I have high blood pressure, and I have high cholesterol.
But he treats both with one pill.
Catawit makes it easier to manage my 2 conditions. Catawit contains 2 proven medicines, one for lowering high blood pressure, the other for lowering high cholesterol, combined in one pill. Catawit. That works for me.
Catawit is one of many treatment options, in addition to diet and exercise that he discussed with his doctor.
Catawit is not for everyone. It's not for people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. To check for liver problems, you need simple blood tests. Tell your doctor about any heart problems and all other medications you are taking, or if you experience muscle pain or weakness, as they may be a sign of a rare but serious side effect. Along with diet and exercise, Catawit effectively lowers both high blood pressure and high cholesterol. 2 medicines, 1 pill. Ask your doctor if Catawit is right for you.
I'm Mark Goldstein, Chairman and CEO of Net Zero. All internet providers take you to the same internet, so why pay more to get there? Net Zero is only $9.95 a month, and we give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. Call 1-800-NET-ZERO or visit netzero.com.
Constipation, bloating, gas, diarrhea. People, is your colon sending you a message? Now there's new Philips Colon Health with probiotics. It helps naturally restore the balance in your digestive system, so you can avoid those very unpleasant symptoms with new Philips Colon Health.
Flu season is coming. At CVS Pharmacy and Minute Clinic, we want to help you stay healthy.
So we're making it simple to get a flu shot. It's quick and easy. You can get a flu shot at one of our pharmacies or Minute Clinic locations.
To find the most convenient location, call 1-888-FLU-SHOT or go to CVS.com.
If you have any questions about flu prevention or treatment, speak to me
Or your local CVS pharmacist. CVS Pharmacy.
for all the ways you care.
There is exciting medical news in the form of an approach to treating paralysis that taps the body's ability to harness its own power to learn. It may be one step toward long-awaited treatments in this area. We get more from our chief science correspondent, Robert Fazell.
Once again, the animals that are among humans' closest relatives are helping point the way to potential treatments for paralysis caused by injury or disease.
So in a way, we restored simple movements to a paralyzed limb. We're able to trigger stimulation of just a single muscle.
In the research out today, the scientists began by measuring the electrical output from a single nerve cell or neuron in the brain.
Animals can consciously change the activity of those neurons, much like you could change the activity of your heart rate, for example, if you were given biofeedback on your heart rate.
First, the monkeys learned that when they got the neuron to fire an electrical signal, it put the cursor in the correct place on a video game. That got them a reward, some applesauce. Next, the scientists ran a wire from that neuron through a small computer so that when the neuron fired, it sent an electrical signal to arm muscles that had been temporarily paralyzed. The monkeys quickly learned how to think the thoughts that would make their paralyzed arm move to put the cursor in the correct place.
Our strategy is to gradually add these individual connections, at the same time providing enough practice and enough time for learning such that they become subconscious and become much more like the natural movements we make, where we don't actually have to think about initiating them.
Recently, other scientists have used large groups of nerve cells and a more complex computer program to get a monkey's brain to operate a robot arm. Other researchers got monkeys' thoughts to move legs of a robot. Because it does not involve robotics, this latest research with individual nerve cells might prove to be an easier approach.
We route the connections to his muscles.
But the success of all these experiments is creating an excitement that research involving brain cells and computers might soon provide significant help for paralyzed people. Robert Fazell, NBC News, New York.
New numbers on infant mortality out tonight show this nation ranks 29th in the world, meaning the U.S. lags far behind other developed countries on what's considered one of the most important measures of the health of a nation and its medical system. The U.S. ranked 12th back in 1960. This despite the fact that Americans spend far more for health care per person than those in other developed nations. When we continue here tonight in a moment on the road to find out how life has changed in this new economy, Kansas City, here we come.
On to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come.
If you have a history of smoking and breathing problems, it could be COPD, which includes chronic bronchitis, emphysema, or both. Discover Spiriva, the only once-daily inhaled maintenance prescription that treats both forms of COPD. Spiriva significantly improves lung function to help you breathe better for a full 24 hours. And it's not a steroid. Spiriva is not a rescue inhaler. Tell your doctor about your medicines, even eye drops, and illnesses like glaucoma and urinary or prostate problems. These may worsen with Spiriva. The most common side effect is dry mouth. Others include constipation and problems passing urine. In the event your breathing suddenly worsens, your throat or tongue swells, you get hives, vision changes, or eye pain, stop taking Spiriva and call your doctor. Spiriva is one of many treatment options to consider with your doctor.
Make a habit of breathing better with Spiriva.
Eating light?
Light? No. Look at this, big chunks of chicken, vegetables, pasta.
Progresso, 70 calories and endorsed by Weight Watchers. I call that light, big guy.
So like a big guy light.
Progresso, what a light soup should be.
Well, when you come into Fidelity for guidance, you talk about your goals, review your investments, and then you get a strategy.
Right.
And you get account updates to help keep you on track. Or have it all managed for you with Fidelity Portfolio Advisory Service.
Yeah.
And all this comes with Fidelity's 60 years of money management experience. But I should let him talk. He's the one who works here.
Oh, I think you covered it. No, really good job.
Investment guidance from Fidelity. Get started with a complimentary portfolio review. For years, low-dose aspirin has been a cornerstone of heart attack prevention. Today, there's Bayer with Heart Advantage. Ask your doctor about the only low-dose aspirin product that helps lower the risk of heart attack and lowers cholesterol. Be sure to talk to your doctor before you begin or modify an aspirin regimen.
What's really fun is to give people heartburn at night. They're all, I'm going to party. Surprise, sister. No, you're not.
Frequent heartburn used to ruin my evenings, so I tried Prilosec OTC. It works all day and all night, so now heartburn won't keep coming back. Prilosec OTC works to block heartburn before it begins for 24 hours with 1 pill a day. Try Prilosec OTC, the round-the-clock heartburn blocker.
Tomorrow, after Obama and McCain face off for the last time, Today breaks down the final presidential debate. Tomorrow on Today on NBC.
We're back with NBC News in Depth tonight. We continue our cross-country road trip, getting a ground-level look at the ailing economy with the help of our own Mara Schiavocampo and her video camera. Tonight, Mara reports from Kansas City, where life has changed lately, not for the better, in fact. Here's her latest digital dispatch, part of our week-long series, Your Country, Your Money.
The economy might have hit a sour note, but in Kansas City, they're still coming out. Though according to Chef Jim Dennis, not as much as they used to.
I think that it's affected us like it's affected everyone else. People are definitely, they think about where they're going to spend their dollars.
While some here are tightening their belts by staying home more, others face much tougher times. We're in zip code 64130 in Kansas City, Missouri. This area is one of the most affected by foreclosures.
The cost of living just changed and everything got hard. So my home went under foreclosure and I'm renting now and just trying to start all over again.
Sherry Webb and her boyfriend James Brickhouse moved to this neighborhood after losing their home. Webb, a manager at a telecommunications store, says her interest rate changed, making the mortgage unaffordable, like everything else these days.
Food, gas, electricity, gas, everything's gone up.
A wave of foreclosures has visibly taken a toll in this area, full of abandoned homes, broken windows, and trash scattered across the sidewalk. People in this neighborhood say another reason it's going downhill is because of an increase in crime.
Over the last year, we've seen crime starting to go back up. It was up 10% last year.
How have you seen things change over the last few years?
All these homes are either vacant or you got, the wrong type people. You had drugs slide into the communities.
Crime, foreclosures, scarce jobs. These are the ways parts of Kansas City and so many other metropolitan areas are feeling the effects of the financial crisis. And while some are down about it, they're still determined.
I'm bruised, but I'm not broken.
To fight on for a better future. Mara Schiavocampo, NBC News, Kansas City.
The composer of some of the music that became the television soundtrack of our lives has died. Neil Hefti wrote the theme song for the TV show Batman, as well as the catchy and iconic theme music for The Odd Couple. A veteran composer, Hefti enjoyed a long career in the music business, going back to the big band era of the 40s, working with some of the greats, including Count Basie and Frank Sinatra. Neil Hefti was 85 years old. We're back in a moment with another note from the music business, how the Bee Gees just might save your life.
I have high blood pressure, and I was surprised to learn that it may have led to my erectile dysfunction. That's what my doctor told me about Levitra.
Certain medical conditions, including high blood pressure, diabetes, and high cholesterol, can decrease blood flow, which may lead to ED.
That was news to me. And my doctor told me Levitra could help.
Levitra works by increasing blood flow to help treat ED.
Levitra works for me. Maybe it can work for you.
Ask your doctor if you are healthy enough for sexual activity. If you have heart problems, are on alpha blocker therapy, or have uncontrolled high blood pressure, talk to your doctor before taking Levitra. Do not take Levitra if you take nitrates for chest pains, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects may include headache, flushing, and stuffy or runny nose. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help if you experience an erection lasting longer than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss of vision or hearing, stop taking Levitra and call your doctor right away. Ask your doctor if Levitra is right for you.
Where on earth could we ever find enough oil and natural gas to power more than 60 million cars and heat 160 million households for 60 years? Right here in America. Log on to learn more.
When you have a cold, you want something that makes you feel warmer, more comfortable, and something that makes you feel better. New Tylenol warming liquids relieve your painful cold symptoms to help you rest easier and give you a gentle, warming sensation. So not only do you feel warmer, you feel better all over.
Everything that goes into each of the 13 different varieties of Mrs. Dash, all those natural herbs and spices, is just as important as what doesn't. No salt, no MSG. Everything that goes into Mrs. Dash is there to make sure that what you get out is nothing short of delicious. Mrs. Dash, salt-free, flavorful. And try the 10-minute marinades from Mrs. Dash.
Do you own an oil company? Well, if you have mutual funds or a pension or other investments, chances are you do. Learn more. Visit energytomorrow.org.
Digging Deeper, only on News Channel 8 at 10 on Portland's CW. Tomorrow at sunrise, we're looking to the skies. Plan to drive instead of fly to save money? A hidden reason why that may not pay off anymore. News Channel 8 stretching your dollar. Tomorrow at sunrise, where the news comes first.
You hear that? A classic of the 70s disco era. Those of us who lived through it, especially back home in Jersey, have our own memories of that period. But we're playing this polyester icon of the airwaves, Staying Alive by the Bee Gees, because someone has had a brilliant idea. The American College of Emergency Physicians says people who learned CPR to the beat of this song remembered CPR longer and did it better, because the song is written to 103 beats per minute, and that is about perfect for CPR. This will, in fact, save lives, in keeping with the title of the song, Staying Alive, an unintended consequence. Now we continue our series here this week, We the People. Those words are part of this nation's foundation, but this is a nation of immigrants, and the meaning of those words has evolved as this country has changed around us. NBC's Maria Menounos has the story of one North Carolina teenager who's living that change on a daily basis.
Oz Contreras knows what it's like to be caught in the middle between two worlds. He is the American 17-year-old with straight A's who tutors young kids and plays for the school soccer team. He is also the adult in training, translating Spanish for his parents and paying the bills.
My dad has actually never talked to any person for any bills. It's always been me.
His parents, Oswaldo and Demi, came to North Carolina fleeing a civil war in El Salvador before Oz was born. They tried to learn English, but found it too difficult. Though his parents insist Spanish be spoken at home, they both know how important it is that their 6 children fit in and be successful in America.
I'm not very educated myself, but I have always had a vision of where I want to take him, and all 6 of my children. I know what's right for them.
Get back, you guys. Still, Oz and his siblings have had to navigate American customs on their own.
Have you been frustrated with the fact that they can't help you sometimes?
I feel like it is too much, and my parents are there to motivate us, but not to actually help us.
1 in 5 kids living in the U.S. are children of immigrants. Many of those kids, like Oz, take on the burden of being the head of their household and struggle to leave those responsibilities at home while here at school. Like when his dad needed surgery, it was Oz who had to take charge.
I was there, trying to get things, trying to read the papers to him, the medicine, what medicine he needed to get.
I talked with him about just the weight of having to grow up a little bit faster and quicker and to deal with real grown-up issues.
Hi, guys. Coach Paul Quadro sees many of his players, like Oz, caught in the middle, growing up American while trying to respect their parents' roots.
To kind of live in both worlds and function in them and have an identity. It's something that some kids are really good at and some kids have problems with.
Oz finds it overwhelming sometimes.
Be in my shoes for one day, or 17 years, like in my case, to understand.
Growing up in two worlds and trying to be the best in both. Maria Menounos, NBC News, Siler City, North Carolina.
And that's our broadcast for this Wednesday night. Thank you for being with us. I'm Brian Williams, and a reminder, we're back on the air tonight, 9 Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific, for live coverage of tonight's third and final presidential debate. Good night for now from New York.
It's Keith's countdown to the debate. Is a full frontal attack John McCain's best strategy? Countdown with Keith Olbermann. Tonight, only on MSNBC. Tonight, a simple mission and double cross. A killer toxin. A race against time to hunt down the only antidote.
Your vital signs are reaching critical levels. You will be dead in 2 minutes.
New Knight Rider. Tonight, 8/7 Central on NBC.
Senator Gordon Smith, an effective, independent voice for better health care. He stood up to the president and fought to expand health insurance for Oregon's children. He worked with members of both parties to strengthen mental health services and suicide prevention programs. He fought to protect health care access for military families. Gordon Smith, independent, effective, proven. American Medical Association Political Action Committee paid for and is responsible for the content of this ad.
Get advice on unique trip ideas at visitcalifornia.com.
From NBC News, Decision 2008, the presidential debates. Here is Brian Williams.
Good evening. We're just about a minute away from the third and final presidential debate. When Americans wake up tomorrow morning, we'll be 19 days away from electing a new president. In the snapshot of political polling right now, Obama is leading this race. If John McCain is to change that, this difficult task begins tonight, exactly 5 hours after the closing bell on Wall Street, and a 700-point
offering advanced diagnostic imaging services and state-of-the-art medical oncology and radiation therapy in an integrated cancer care center. Attia Brothers, established in 1900, offering oriental rugs and wall-to-wall carpeting at Southwest Sequoia and Bonita Road in Tigard.